back, everybody. We had a customer drop this off a little while ago this morning. Appears to be a 1988 AOD non-electronic unit. From what he told me, it's bought the unit. Somebody on Facebook, supposed to be a good unit. Not supposed to have anything wrong with it, which would be great if we find that. Just like a, freshen up really at that point. But we're still going to tear it down, and check for any issues on any of the hard parts. Anything that looks like it's worn out, needs to be replaced, going to get replaced. But he was told that it's a good unit, that there's nothing wrong with it. But rather than him wanting to install it in his project vehicle and have an issue and then have to pull it back out, elected to bring it to us to go through the unit. He didn't have time to stay for work to do the teardown, so I am filming it for him. But let's get into it. I will tell you real quick, see how loose that is like that? Cause issues with the governor and it. I'll show you once I get this snap ring off here. Little trick you can do. I haven't built an AOD in a minute, but I used to build a lot of them. A little check ball in here where it's keyed. All you have to do is, when you're going back together with it, take an old O-ring or something, cut a little sliver off, put it down in there, smush the ball down in, and when you slide the governor on, it'll keep it locked in place so it won't start to damage the key here, which it started to do it a little bit, but it's not too bad. See if it'll stay for me. Got a brand new filter on it. Hopefully it's, filter's never been ran unless he did that. He was preemptively gonna run it. And he did silicone the gasket. He told me about that. So I'm assuming he put this filter in there. Customer did. But I mean, I've seen that where places will sell a used unit and they say it's, you know, good, and they'll put new fluid in the pan and a new filter in it and things like that. I've seen that before. Angle on it. And it's pretty dirty. I mean, I don't see a ton of like metal or anything like that, but I mean the valve body gasket is definitely tired. It's all ridged up, almost like it had water in it or something at some point. Oh, that thing's hard as can be. Reverse wouldn't have worked good. And it's really caked up with goo. I mean, it's normal for these, but the molded piston is bad. The cover's bad. It's real hard. It just makes it easier to put these, take these and put them in and remove them too. It's just under a decent amount of pressure to get this snap ring. Just a little more. Oh, I was under it. Starting to get away from me. There it comes. Come on. Don't want to come out. Great. There we go. It's not as bad as the AOD. The E's have a huge spring in here. This one's usually a little, but I just use the tool regardless. It's a B servo. Better off to run an A servo in here. Get a better shift. Kind of like an upgrade. Oh. I've been down, picked it up. All right. spark mechanism out here. Nothing fancy there. This one can be under a decent amount of pressure too. Sometimes. It's nothing. So it doesn't have the spring in the top. Some have the top spring, some don't. This one doesn't. It's a little wimpy spring. Compared to the, again, the AODE has a double spring. Probably should have done this to begin with. The amount of time it took me, what I already tried. Yeah, see, it's just seized in there. It's all corroded in. I don't know if you could hear it or even see it. Just like a pop noise. Well, the rubber seals are good and intermediate. They're soft, not cut. That band's done. He wouldn't have been happy about that. This drum's finished. Right inside of here. It's grooved up pretty decent inside of there. Sprag feels good. That surface looks good, but the grooves in here, it's pretty. Look at it a little closer. I can feel it through my glove. That ain't good. Let's see. I don't know how well the camera's gonna pick it up, but it's grooved up here. Or it runs on the back of the stator. Let's see. Those look all right. They don't look bad. I do put some tip in. That drum. Check our forward. Wow, the forward clutch gap. Yeah, that would not have worked good. That gap is horrible. Jeez. That's pretty bad. Yeah, forwards are totally destroyed. Look, like I said, look like I have water in it. It's totally delaminated. It's been sitting for a minute. Yeah, there's no way this thing worked. For forward, I mean, again, nothing. Let me sort it here. Let's see. Got our steel, we got our wave, we got steel, friction, steel, friction, steel. All right. Here's your top friction, burnt both sides. Second down, delaminated from, looks like, again, like I said, water. It's just totally delaminated. There's no friction material on it. It's like the friction core before they put friction on them. That one's chunked. So yeah, good call on his part, because it would not have had forward, and overdrive would have had a problem so far from what I've seen. The drum itself, these do like to wear down in here from the pump. That causes part of that. It looks good. Input drum looks fine. Looks all right. Shell looks good. Gotta grab the clunk spring out of here if it'll cooperate with me. I should be able to get the rest of it out real quick. Let me just nab all this out of here. Come on, baby. Oh, you mother. Of course, you're gonna be a pain. Check the case. They love to wear this case out right here. Case is good. Sure they had it all together right. Yep. Output shaft looks nice. Looks good. Hub looks fine. Doesn't look like it's going to be too bad of a build. Couple upgrades. The piston. Some good clutches. This is a drum that always fails in these, is direct. almost always it needs a new one of these because of the splines. I need some vice grips on here. I can feel it a little better. Yeah, I mean, really, it needs a new drum. The splines aren't gone yet, but they're pretty far out there. You can see where the spline chamfer is. It's really hard to see it on camera, but when they get sharp edges, because this is harder than this, and this will chew those teeth out like it's already started to do down inside of there. So yeah, I mean, it really needs a direct drum too. See how the directs look. They don't look bad. Actually in really good shape. But once it strips them splines, it's a done deal. Ring gear's good. Center support's good. Sun gear's good. Planet's nice. See how that bearing feels. Bearing feels good. I gotta check the. It's gotta get one of these anyway. Yeah, it's ready to come off of there. Common. Race looks nice. Just an old tired sprag. Alright, but it needs that drum. Let's see, what else do we need? We just hard part wise, we need this drum, regular rebuild, everything else, just clean. 2 sprags, the A servo, get that out of here. So we need an A servo. Make sure I can see it on camera. Yeah, okay, because I really couldn't see it. All right, so basically we have, I have to look at the camera so I can show you. The drum here, the rings have chewed into the drum, so this drum's bad. The direct drum, the splines down inside of here, they're not totally gone, but they don't have much longer. So this drum needs replaced also. It has a B servo in it. Really should be running an A servo, and then both sprags should be replaced, both bands as well. That's just in a basic build, and just to make sure, because I don't know if the camera caught it, your forward clutches in here. So yeah, they were totally delaminated, metal, nothing. That one's barely there, hang on metal. So forward would have been a problem for sure. The overdrive band, would have been also another issue. And then eventually this would have let loose. So yeah, not too bad of a build. Most of the hard parts are good. It's just like, you know, with this direct drum, I could run it, but why? It's apart. It's already half of its life gone. Needs a new one. This one's definitely finished. I can't run that at all. So yeah, I just got to price it up and get it out to the customer and see what he wants to do. But thanks for watching, guys. Check back soon.